let's look at this question. The four major components of a PC are monitor, CPU, keyboard, and mouse. Tobit bought 4 pieces, all of different brands and prices of each of the 4 components. So he bought 4 monitors, 4 CPU, 4 keyboards, and 4 mouse. Okay. Tobit bought 4 pieces of all of different brands and prices of each of the 4 components. Okay. The brands of monitor are Dell, Apple, HP, and Samsung. Brands of CPU were NVIDIA, Sun, Qualcomm, Motorola. The brands of keyboard were BenQ, Intel, Roche, and Kingston. And the brands of mouse were Logitech, Razer, Belkin, and Toshiba. He used these components to assemble 4 PCs with the intention of selling them at a profit. The costliest components in the respective categories were assembled together, and same was true for the 4 cheapest components. Okay. So right now I know 4 PCs have to be made. So I go PC1, PC2, PC3, and PC4. And the items included in every PC is monitor, CPU, keyboard, and mouse. Additionally, for monitor, what were the 4 brands involved? Dell, Apple, HP, and Samsung. Why I'm writing this down is there are far too many brands written here for me to retain this information in my head. So I can happily write this down here. And as and when information gets thrown towards me, I can actually utilize it. Qualcomm and Motorola. For keyboard, BenQ, Intel, Roche, and finally Kingston. Okay. And for mouse, we had Logitech, Razer, Belkin, and Toshiba. Okay. We have all the 4 brands mentioned. Let's see. He fits the Belkin mouse and BenQ keyboard to the same PC. Belkin and BenQ. These 2 are together. So I'm going BenQ and Belkin. I'm linking these 2 also together here. Okay. A Dell monitor is compatible only with a Toshiba mouse. So Dell cannot come with a PC1 because it has a Belkin mouse. So Dell and Toshiba will be in a separate place. Dell, Toshiba will be a separate location. This is done. This is done. This is done. Dell is paired up with Toshiba. So now one thing I can do is, see, this line of BenQ is not really a good thing. So I will put, let's say PC1 and PC1, 1 and 1. And this is for PC2 and this is for PC2. These are paired up so that I don't end up messing it there. 1 and 2 is done. And Apple monitor is compatible only with NVIDIA CPU. Now see, what this tells me is Apple monitor and NVIDIA CPU. Can it be for PC1? Yes. Can it be for PC2? No. Can it be for PC3 or PC4? Yes. So because PC1 and PC3 and PC4, we don't know if it will be a new one or the same one. How we'll write it is Apple and NVIDIA will be together. Apple and NVIDIA are together. This much we know. Whether it is in PC1 or PC3, we don't know. We'll worry about it later. And we will also not take off point 3. Next is an HP monitor is compatible only with a Belkin mouse and a Qualcomm CPU. Now see, Belkin mouse is already located. So HP and Qualcomm have to come here. HP and Qualcomm have to come here. Additionally, I can mark HP with 1, Qualcomm with 1. So PC1 is entirely made up. This also gives me information. Apple NVIDIA cannot come with PC1. It has to be a new PC. So I will put Apple and NVIDIA here. So Apple is 3, NVIDIA is 3. Now see, monitor wise, the only company left to be mentioned is Samsung. So it will be PC4. Samsung is PC4. Okay. Split up. Okay. So point 3 is done. Point 4, the second part. Samsung monitor is incompatible with a Motorola CPU. So if a Samsung monitor is incompatible with a Motorola CPU and Motorola CPU has to come somewhere, it will come with Dell. This will be Motorola. So Dell is 2. So this is 2. So this will be 4. Sun is here. So only the keyboard for Dell is left. Let's see. Point 4 is also taken up. A Kingston keyboard is incompatible with monitors of both HP and Dell. Kingston keyboard with HP is no longer a problem because BenQ with HP is already paired up. But Kingston cannot be 2. Kingston cannot be 2. Which is to say Kingston is either 3 or 4. Kingston is either with PC3 or with PC4. We don't know where precisely. Okay. The Intel keyboard is the costliest among the 4 brands of keyboards. The Intel is the costliest. So, okay. Wherever Intel comes, whether it comes with PC2 or PC3 or PC4, that will be the costliest. PC1 is definitely not the costliest. So, because this is the costliest, I will mark it with a star. Intel is the costliest. Intel is definitely the costliest. Okay. The Qualcomm CPU is the cheapest among the 4 brands of CPU. Now, Qualcomm CPU is with PC1, so this is the cheapest group. I know all 4 cheapest items were assembled together and all 4 expensive items were assembled together. Okay. The costliest mouse among the 4 is neither Razer nor Toshiba. Now see, the costliest mouse is neither Razer nor Toshiba. Razer is not being paired up with Intel because Intel is the costliest one. Razer is not the costliest, not paired up with Intel. Toshiba not being paired up with Intel. Belkin has already been paired up with BenQ. So can I state with absolute confidence the most expensive mouse has to be Logitech? The most expensive mouse has to be Logitech. Okay. If most expensive mouse has to be Logitech, now see this wonderful thing. Intel, can it come for PC2? Can it come for PC2? Remember, Toshiba is not the most expensive one. Toshiba is not the most expensive one. So Intel cannot come with PC2 either, which would mean Intel can only come in PC3 or PC4, just like Kingston. Intel can come with PC3 or PC4, and therefore Roche is the only keyboard that can come with Dell. So this is also uniquely identified. Now, wherever Intel comes, Intel is getting paired up with Logitech, and Kingston is getting paired up with Razer. We don't know whether they come with Apple or they come with Samsung. But for PC1 and PC2, we know all the 4 components. For PC3, it can be Intel Logitech or it can be Samsung Sun, where Intel and Apple NVIDIA or Samsung Sun can have either of the pairs. Okay, all the points are taken care of. Let's get to individual questions. The monitor of which company is the costliest? It could be Apple or it could be Samsung. Intel is free to come in either of these places. So the answer to this question is option D, cannot be determined. Which of the following is the right combination? HP, Motorola. No, HP is paired up with Qualcomm. So this is wrong. Dell, Qualcomm. No, Dell is paired up with Motorola. So this is wrong. Dell, Motorola. Sorry, I have written down a very stupid thing. It should be Roche here, not Dell. Okay. Dell, Motorola, Roche, and Toshiba. Yes, this is the right combination. And Apple, NVIDIA, BenQ and Logitech. BenQ and Logitech don't pair up. BenQ and Belkin pair up. And Apple and NVIDIA do pair up, but BenQ is wrong. So this is also gone. Next, which brand of mouse is the costliest among the 4? Logitech is costliest among the 4. So option B. And finally, which of the following is a correct combination of keyboard and mouse? We know BenQ Belkin, but Roche Belkin is given. This is wrong. Intel Razer is not correct. The only one that is correct is Intel Logitech, the most expensive one. Benke is paired up with Belkin, so this is also wrong. So the correct answers are now identified without us knowing precisely what is going down for PC3 and PC4 in terms of keyboard and mouse combo. That will be all for this set.